Hey guys, happy Sunday. What am I having? Peanut butter with sweet potato. I actually think I prefer peanut butter to almond butter. Also, this top, I hope you appreciate the turtle top. I got it from Australia. This is not working. Also, the dishwasher is on, making a really annoying noise. Okay, this looks so ugly, but this, my friends, sweet potato and peanut butter. So yeah, this morning basically whilst I was making my breakfast, I did some meal prepping, and I should really do this more often, and I thought why not start today, do a little bit of meal prepping at the end of the week. And because I'm having potatoes a lot at lunch, I thought I could make a bigger batch. Yeah, so I just made some sweet potatoes and they're sitting in there in the fridge basically. I really like this top. I think it's because I just don't normally wear tops this color, so I'm really vibing with it. I feel as if I've done so much this week and it hasn't actually gone that fast. I feel as if I've been in control of time this week, which is so surprising, and it sounds really weird to say. But you know those weeks when time sometimes just flies and you feel as if you don't have any time to do anything? This week that's just gone didn't feel like that. I felt as if I knew what I needed to do, and even though it was semi-stressful and really busy, I managed to get things done, ready, and when I wanted to. I'm finishing this week, this Sunday, feeling really good. Going strong into another week. I hope you've had a good week, and even if you haven't, it doesn't matter, you know, we all have ups and downs. Oh, it's so cold, but I don't want to put a layer on top of this cute top. So basically it's late-ish mid-afternoon. I was just this morning like scheduling my week for next week. I was just filling out my diary and then also prepping for tutoring, doing a few tutoring emails. So yeah, I thought I would then film Sunday afternoon, evening, because it's kind of like a reset, I suppose, before the next week starts again. So yeah, I thought I would give you a book update to start with. I've finished 2 books, which is not very many, I know, but I read quite slowly. I said that before. And yeah, so I finished the cat book first, the Traveling Cat Chronicles, and then I also the other day finished the John Green Turtles All the Way Down book. Yeah, so the first one, this cat book, I loved it. They told you actually at the end of the book why the picture on the front is of a black cat when the cat in the book is not black, it's like predominantly white. Like you had to wait to the end to realize that it was done on purpose. But anyway, in terms of the book itself, so basically I had visions of this cat and this man going all around the world, like the Traveling Cat Chronicles. I thought they were going to see everything and everywhere across the globe, but it's kind of not really that. They kind of travel to different places because the man is trying to find someone to look after the cat, because the owner realizes that he won't be able to look after the cat forever. You realize at the end what happens, and it's really sad, and it made me cry. And you know, anybody that loves animals, in particular cats, will really appreciate this book. And somebody's now hoovering. Yeah, so basically what this book has done is every time I think of Milka now, I just think of what she's thinking. A lot of it is written from the perspective of the cat. I'd say it's kind of an even split actually. The other half is written in third person. So yeah, anyways, didn't travel the world, but traveled to different places because the owner needed to find, as I said, a new owner. So he was traveling to see all of his friends that he'd kind of made growing up, and yeah, that was when it obviously swapped to third person, and then it would talk about like flashbacks, how the owner had met his friends in school, and talking about past experiences with cats and how he loved cats and everything. So yeah, I don't know if this is making sense or me just waffling about this book, but I loved it. I was just so like I don't know, it just made me appreciate myself for being a cat person. Wholesome and heartwarming are the two words I would use to describe this book. I'm so glad you recommended this to me and I'm so glad I read it. Basically, if you love animals, you'll love this book. And at the moment, I'm trying to read little and often, so I try and read in the mornings, a bit mid-afternoon, sometimes before I go to bed if it's not too late. And I'm finding that it's really kind of meditative. I find it quite hard to just sit down and meditate because I get really distracted unless I'm in like a dedicated yoga class where I can be held accountable for closing my eyes and trying to switch off. Don't know if anyone else feels the same, but when I'm trying to meditate on my own in my room for like, I don't know, 5 minutes or lie there in Shavasana, I just can't do it. However, reading, I'm kind of doing something, but not doing something at the same time. Kind of paradoxical. But I'm finding it as a way for me to chill, you know, something I need to do more of. Basically, my dad suggested, before I talk about this book, my dad had suggested, because I'd ordered 14 books, he said when I finished reading all of them, goodness knows when, but he suggested that I ranked them, like number 1 being my favorite and then 14 obviously my least favorite. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. So when I have finished them, I will do that. But as I kind of go along, I will start putting them in a bit of an order. Oh, this is such a hard decision to make. My gut instinct, if I had to say which I preferred out of these, it's so hard. I would say that because the cat book made me cry, I would go like this and be like, I think the John Green book I maybe preferred. The sad ending was kind of inevitable though, because you know any book or movie about a pet is gonna be sad, you know? You just always know that. And that's the realities of it, I know, which is very accurately portrayed in the book. But yeah, I just feel like with the John Green one, I kept wanting to read more just because I wanted to find out what happened at the end. There was a very specific thing that I wanted to find out what happened, whereas with this one I knew a sad ending was coming, so I was kind of like, oh, should I turn the page? The sad ending might come soon. But anyways, yeah, it's about the main girl who has OCD. John Green, yes, is a really good author. I really like the way he captured the character. Yeah, it also had a little bit of romance in it, which I wasn't used to. I was a bit like, oh, there's kissing now. I know that obviously John Green wrote The Fault in Our Stars. I know the book's probably better than the film, a lot of people say that, but because I know what happens in The Fault in Our Stars, it's another really sad ending. I just don't think I would ever really enjoy that book as much as this one. I'm jumping the gun here, I've never read The Fault in Our Stars, but because I had no clue what it was about and what was gonna happen, every turn of the page I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next, you know? And I've never ever felt that with reading. I rarely feel that. So, you know, there's my little mini book update. That probably wasn't mini, but I've now read 2 books. And so I'm gonna move on to, I've started both of these, but I don't know which one to continue and try and finish next sort of thing. I think I'm gonna go for the thicker one to tackle it, as I said yesterday, which sounds really negative. Obviously reading should be for enjoyment, which it is, and I am getting into it, but thick books, I'm always like, oh, it's a thick book. I know this isn't even the thickest book in the world, but anyways, this is me, Holly, who doesn't really read, so, you know, I think I'm gonna read this one. Since You've Been Gone, this is gonna be known as the thick friends book because it's about 2 friends. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I was umming and ahhing over whether I should do this, but I've decided I'm just gonna do it anyway. I might make my own Goodreads account and I can write about my books. There won't be many updates because the moral of the story is that Holly reads really slowly. I think it's like a community thing where you can share book recommendations, talk about books, how did you find them, rate them, I suppose. But I think I should do it. I think it will inspire me and encourage me to keep reading. Oh. Set a reading goal. Hello. I want to read how many books in 2020? 14? I ordered 14 books. Let's do that. I kind of don't really have favorite genres because I haven't read that many books, but we'll just make something up. Ooh, cookbooks. Ooh, science, yes. Mystery, I quite like a mystery book. I don't like horror books. I said that on Instagram when I asked for recommendations. Anything that's scary and that's gonna give me nightmares, I will not read. So I've made the account. I haven't read enough books to receive personalized recommendations. You need to have read like 20 or something. And I haven't read that many in my whole entire life. But yeah, I don't really know how this thing works at the moment. I just added a photo. Okay, what else am I gonna do today? So this afternoon I have some random things I want to do, and I'm actually gonna put a jumper on. I'm sorry, I'm just too cold. I'm putting the jumper on. I'm really sad you can't see the turtles anymore. But oh my gosh, I just realized turtles are the way down and I was wearing a turtle top. I didn't plan that. Right, so I'm just putting these books in my bookcase. After those two books on my desk, I'm probably gonna start with the Fangirl book. This one. This really nice mint green colored book. This book though, The Book Thief, is really thick, first of all, but so many of you have said it's your favorite book, the best book you've ever read, so I really have high hopes with this. If it's not as good as you make out, then I'm gonna be disappointed. You know, I'm quite intrigued to see if it really is that good. Let's go downstairs. A bit later on, I went downstairs and decided to clean the food processor in the kitchen, which had just been collecting dust for such a long time. So I just needed to declutter the draining board so that I could start washing a few things up and actually clean the food processor itself. Now, something that has been a Sunday ritual for such a long time is retainer cleaning. I do this once a week because I wear them every night in bed still. I just can't sleep without them. And I wash them with distilled vinegar and warm water. I then decided to go upstairs and clean my room itself, and in my new room I have said to myself that I'd like to try and do this every week at least, and I normally do this either on Saturday or Sunday. Today obviously it was Sunday, and then I just had to sort out my drawers and file a few things away. Oh no! I think I gave it too much water. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, cacti. You shouldn't overwater cacti. They're succulents. They're adapted to dry climates and I just go and give them too much water. Yeah, my 3 cacti, I've had these for such a long time now. And I actually care about them so much. I haven't actually given them names, which is so rude of me. So I feel like we're gonna name them today. Wow, there is so much water. I can't call them tall, medium, and fluffy. That's just even ruder than not even giving them names. I'm gonna call this one something to do with water. This is gonna be called Hydratia. That's actually quite a complex name. Hydratia. This one is gonna be called, it reminds me of snow in a funny way. So I'm gonna call this one Snowflake. It has this white glow that makes it look like a cacti snowflake. And then this one needs to be something to do with height. I feel like I should call it like 6'2" or something, just because if this was a human, it would be 6'2". Yeah, that's it, the names, okay? A lesson that I will learn when I fall off this chair is not to stand on spinning chairs. After I had given my cacti names, I then basically finished off dusting my shelves, put the cacti back in their places on my shelf, and then I had to just finish off some tutoring preparation that I didn't quite manage to finish before. Okay, so I just did a load of cleaning. My hay fever is going crazy, also because I've been dusting and stuff, so it's all been shooting up my nose, and now I'm actually gonna sneeze. Wait. Is it gonna come? Okay, we're not gonna sneeze. I did that, and then I just finished off some tutoring stuff that I didn't finish before. So basically now done all my preparation for next week's tutoring. As I was doing this cleaning, I was just thinking to myself, as I said before, I planned my week last week, so I structured kind of every day, and in the morning of each day I would then make a more detailed plan, and I feel like that is what made a difference to my week this week. Even though I was really busy, I got things done and I felt as if I was in control of time, as I said before, because I had this basic structure and I blocked things out, and then I just took things each day at a time and did the tasks that I'd set myself on that day. So hopefully, fingers crossed, my week will be good again. Starting tomorrow, Monday, obviously. Hello!
Sorry, look, you keep leaving this in the bathroom. Just hang it in here.
No. Ooh. I look like the mushroom from Mario Kart. She doesn't care. Do you care? I look like the mushroom from Mario Kart. Such a look. Anyway, yeah, I was also gonna say, oh my gosh, I said on my Instagram the other day, and I also said in my last vlog, I think, I said that I'd order something, and I was keeping it a surprise, but I'm gonna tell you now. So essentially, this morning, I didn't go on a run because I took my very own spin class. I didn't go anywhere, don't get the wrong impression from this. Still self-isolating, well, with the family, but you know, we're all still at home basically. I just ordered myself a spin bike, a static spin bike. Okay, so here's the rundown. So it's from JLL, it's the JLL IC300. When we went into self-isolation and lockdown, I was kind of like, we're gonna be in this situation for quite a long time, months, 3 months or more. And I'm not going to be going to the gym. I'm therefore not going to be doing spin classes. You guys know how much I love spin classes. I normally do it up to 3 times a week when I go to the gym, and they're just my favorite things in the whole entire world. I honestly love spin. I just felt that spin was really complementing my running, especially my faster paced runs, because in spin it's basically a hit session on a bike, alternating between sprints and then climbs with high resistance. I don't know, it just really helped me to further develop my aerobic capacity. I am pretty good at endurance anyway, but it was just really helping me pick up the speed, which is what I kind of lacked with running. I could run quite far already, but it was the speed that I wanted to develop, and I feel that spin was really helping that. So I was like, okay, when I couldn't go to the gym, I was a bit sad because I was gonna miss spin classes the most. And so I was like, okay, maybe I should consider getting a spin bike. However, at the start of lockdown, honestly, every single spin bike across the whole entire internet was out of stock. And that is not even a joke. And I was like, how did people predict this? How did people get on it before me? I was so just like, mind blown. I waited and I waited and I waited. I emailed to see when they'd be back in stock, and I was told in mid-April, and that is when they did come back in stock on the JLL website anyway. I kind of set myself a budget. I said to myself, you know, I'm gonna try and get a JLL one. I think they sound pretty good, they've got good reviews. I had this email one day saying they were in stock, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get one ASAP. I literally have never bought something so quickly in my whole entire life. And it was, how much was it? £250, which was in the budget that I set to myself, because I was like, yes, I could go all out and get a really fancy one, but I just wanted to see how we go with it first at home. It arrived so quickly.
Java, I'm trying to film my bike. I know you're cuter than the bike, but get down. Spin bike! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Dad and I set it up the other day, and I've been on it now twice. So I did a spin this morning. As I said, it was so fun. I just basically hosted my own spin class. I've created a spin playlist. I have the different songs, and this morning I was just kind of experimenting with which song works for a sprint burst and which one works for more of a climb and increased resistance. I don't know, I have dreamt about being a spin instructor. I love it that much. Obviously doing it on your own, you're not in that class environment where it's a bit competitive and you kind of feed off each other's energies. I kind of miss that aspect of it, but I'm loving the fact that I can do spin at home. Running is high intensity, high impact, because you're like pounding on all of your joints and stuff. I think I just needed a bit of a contrast between something still kind of high intensity, because I really do love a good sweat, and that is what makes me sweat if I like do something high intensity but of a lower impact, and that's what spin gives to me. I also should say, why don't I just go out on a cycle? Which is true. However, first of all, cycling, going out cycling, I just would only do it if it was semi-warm, and it's never really warm in the UK, and I never warmed up. And also I did kind of have this fear, especially with the road bike where you're like hunched forward over the handlebars. I kind of always used to get quite scared that I'd fall off the bike or have an accident, and ultimately it just never gave me that same pump that spin does. So, you know, I found my love with cycling. It's on a static bike. But yeah, I'm talking so much now, I should really go. It's currently 7:30 p.m.
Quite late that evening, Emily and I took Barley and Java on a good long walk through the fields. And then when we got back, I just helped Mum finish off with the food, prepare all that, serve it up, and we ate dinner together as a family, the 5 of us, which has been mostly every day since we're at home. And then I basically just got myself ready to get in the shower. I'd been meaning to do this for a while. I needed to clean my phone because phones can be so dirty. And then I also put this new phone case on, which I found the other day, but I just wanted to make sure my phone was properly clean before I put it on permanently. And then I did some evening yoga before I went to bed. I kind of used my rug instead of my mat, or I was kind of straddling them both.
This is such a nice angle, but I just wanted to end this video. I do quite a few of the same things every Sunday, so it's kind of like my Sunday routine, I suppose. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this afternoon / evening vlog. I'm gonna read, as I said, a bit of this, I think, before I go to bed. I just put some lip balm stuff and hand cream on. That's literally the story of my life. Dry skin. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, like it, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. Turn that bell on. I will be coming at you very soon with official morning and evening routines. I know it's coming, okay, in the upcoming week. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I hope you're safe and well, and you know, staying away from other humans. Bye from me.